Everybody's always asking us, what can I take to a party that's still healthy? You don't have to do any more fancy recipes. Why not a hummus in disguise? I'll show you how. Hey everybody, this is Dylan.
And this is Reeves.
We've got a crowd pleaser for you today. You may think, oh, I'm going to a party, I've got to make a 20-layered lasagna or some other fancy thing. You don't have to. Just make hummus and put some things on top of it that make it really pretty and delicious. Here at Well Your World, you know we're all about helping you to make your healthy plant-based diet easier to stick to forever, and that includes parties, am I right? Because you still got to go to parties, and sometimes you have to take food to them too, so why not make it really easy? This is one of those things you could whip up right after work on a Friday and still make it to party on time. At this time, we don't attend a lot of parties, it turns out, but we'll get invited soon. Today we are making a Greek layered dip. It's just hummus with lots of Greek flavored ingredients on top. It is really that easy, but when you see the finished product, it's gonna blow your mind, and you can whip this up in minutes. Let's get to making that hummus, Reeves. We're starting with a couple cans of chickpeas. I like to find the no salt added version. If you're taking this to a party, maybe they need it salty, so it doesn't matter so much. But for me, I prefer the no salt. We're gonna drain one of them into the sink, essentially. This is just so I can show you. We're only using the liquid from one of the two cans, otherwise it'll be too wet of a hummus. And then this one, liquid and all. What do they call it? Aquafaba. Whoa, this is pretty full. We're making a big order of hummus. This you can save, but for what? We don't use it much in our cooking. Some people like to mess around with it. They use it for sauteing, things like that, but I don't. This is essentially just our plain, simple hummus recipe, and yes, everything from this video is down below in the description box. Click the link and you can get the whole recipe. Got like 4 cloves of garlic. The recipe says 2 to 3, which means I'm gonna go more than that. Cumin, I love cumin in my hummus. If you don't, do something else. I love cumin. You could also put a little liquid smoke in here if you want a smoky flavor. Since we're dressing this thing up Greek style, I'm not gonna worry about it for this one. Next in the tank is a little bit of tahini. Tahini is pretty common in hummus, but we just use a little bit less than you might be used to using from a traditional hummus, which is often a lot of tahini. I just use a couple, 2-3 tablespoons is all you need for this big double batch. You could leave the tahini out if you want. The Vitamix will still make it creamy even without it. It does add a lot of delicious richness. A lemon, let's squeeze in a whole lemon into the blender. This is our Stardust no salt seasoning. It has a nice salty flavor without actually being salty. I'll throw in a teaspoon or so. You don't have to have it, don't worry. It's not a required ingredient. It's just awesome. Okay, that's that, we're ready to go. We're gonna use this plunger because this is gonna need a lot of action to get it really nice and creamy. You could make this in a food processor, but it is not going to be as creamy as doing it in the old Vitamix blender, you know what I mean? Rock and roll. Sometimes with thick stuff like hummus, the top doesn't get down to the bottom as well, so you could just give it a little stir with a spatula. Okay.
I think part of the reason they invented that tamper stick is to taste test the food.
Yeah, you just go like that. So smooth. Perfect hummus. Make this in big batches and just keep it in the fridge. It keeps a long time. You can do anything with it. Especially Luca loves it. Like, kids love hummus.
Hummus is handy. We've used it as a starter for pasta dishes in our cooking show, and we debuted this recipe in our cooking show, so you should definitely sign up.
Let's dump that hummus right onto a nice platter plate. This is not the right spatula for this. I'm getting the blender spatula. This narrow little spatula is much better for this. You can get down around the blade, get it all out of there. No waste.
I love that spatula a lot more than even the small Vitamix spatula.
Yeah, that one is too rigid. I like this one, it's real flexible.
Hummus a tune, Dill.
Now we just gotta take the spatula and spread this around. We're gonna be dressing this up so it should be like a flat, you know, we're making a layered dip. You get the picture.
I feel like the word layer in this recipe is kind of a trick. It's not really layered, it's just all dumped on top, but it makes it sound really fancy.
Well, you decide, folks. We're gonna dress this thing up and you tell me, is it layered or is it
topped?
Topped.
Hummus is one of those things I get full while making because I'm always taking a little taste.
And this is such a good hummus. It's just like plain and simple and delicious. You can add any kind of flavor to this. You can add some of our Fiesta blend and make it Mexican style. You can add the red bell pepper or hot sauce. You can do anything with this.
Well, you can make any type of layered dip.
You sure can. We did 3 on that original show, I remember.
Yeah, we sure did.
Reeves has decided we're gonna make a little pico, a Greco.
A Greco?
And then we're gonna just layer it on top of our hummus. Let's start with these tomatoes. I like the serrated knife on the tomatoes, so I'm going to chop them, maybe quarter them or sixth them depending, because they are kind of big. You don't want too big of a tomato in every bite, right? Let's get an English cucumber over here, and we're just chop, chop, chop. Let's do some red onion. Maybe like half of this tiny little red onion, which is probably like a quarter of a normal size red onion. We are chopping up a little bit of curly parsley. It could be flat leaf parsley. If you were doing a Latin style, maybe it's cilantro, whatever. Squeeze in a little lemon. I'll use this so I don't get seeds in there. Here we have some chopped Kalamata olives. Remember, this adds salt. If you're trying to do no salt, leave these out. But let's just put a little, maybe 2 spoonfuls in there.
We're probably bringing this to a potluck where people don't eat like us. And I wanted to remind people to not use the V word, because then all of a sudden everyone's gonna be allergic to your dish.
Yeah, hummus is always plant-based, but you don't have to be like, this is my plant-based dish. Just play it cool, don't talk about it, let everybody else try it, because they're gonna love it anyway. Good call, Reeves.
And then after they try it, you tell them how healthy and vegan it is.
And they're like, nah. Okay, let's throw in a little more tomato. I wasn't seeing enough red, you know what I mean? So now, oh yeah, now the colors are showing up. We got all that parsley and cucumber, onions. This is nice. Okay, let's put this thing together. We got our little pico that we made here, looking good, all kinds of beautiful colors. And now we're just going to spoon it on top, spread it all around, but don't mess up your hummus. Keep it looking nice and pristine here.
Maybe instead of layered, we should have called it loaded.
Loaded, is this loaded hummus? Loaded Greek hummus?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good. Look at that. I got a couple more tricks. Set it aside. I need to get some dill on there. So let's dill in there.
You're a pretty big dill.
Let's chop up a little bit of fresh dill. I love the flavor of fresh dill. It's perfect for this Greek style hummus. I've got one more trick. Here is our Well Your World balsamic vinaigrette salad dressing. You could just use regular old balsamic vinegar if you want to, but it's way better with this. But I want to drizzle it, and you can't very well drizzle it out of a bottle. So just grab one of these little squeeze bottles you can get at the store, wherever, and let's put the balsamic vinaigrette in there. Here we go. Oh yeah, just squirt it on there. Oh, no. Now it's nice and even. You can't tell I drizzled it, but you can tell I didn't pour a whole bunch on in one spot. Just sprinkle on that fresh dill. This is layering, isn't it? How's that for the most beautiful loaded Greek hummus?
It's so beautiful. It's gonna blow everyone's mind, and they're also gonna say, why didn't I think of this?
But you thought of it through us.
Via us.
You could even sprinkle on a little more stardust if you want. Give it a little something, something. Whatever. Experiment. Have fun with it. Take this lesson for your experience.
Carry this lesson for your eating out experience.
Trader Joe's whole wheat pita is one that doesn't have any oil or anything. Maybe we cut it like this into some wedges or whatever. Ding dong! I'm here with my vegan plant-based hummus.
No.
Ding dong! I'm here with my completely normal American hummus, Greek style. It's beautiful, you say? This whole thing? No, it just took me a minute or two in the kitchen. Let's have a little taste-a-rooney. Oh, get lots of those layers in there.
You've made it starchy with the hummus on the bottom.
Hummus fills you up. There's no doubt about it. Reeves, you gonna get in here and taste your invention?
Ding dong, here with my loaded hummus. No, you can't have the recipe, it's a family secret. I brought it to the party with a bite missing. I got hungry on the way. Oh yeah, look, I'm just scooping it. The herbs. It's a good hummus, and I love to taste all the fresh ingredients.
It's hummus with a crunch.
Hummus with a punch. This plate is gonna be licked clean. You won't have to worry about taking home leftovers. Oh, I doubled up.
Don't delay, try a layered hummus today. Let us know what you're gonna do down below in the comments. This particular recipe is in the description box. Click the link and check it out. Watch more videos like this one, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.